Hey everybody, welcome
What's up,
everyone.
y'all?
We're back here with another segment of Rusty Allen's Virtual Fan Club, and where we'll be talking about my career and certain things that happened, and how I got with Sly and how I got with Little Sister. As a matter of fact, this segment right now is dealing with the Little Sister years. So without further ado, let's get into it. But before we do that, I want you to welcome my good friend and colleague and bandmate, Mr. Levi Caesar Jr.
What's up,
Yeah,
peoples?
that's my boy right there.
Appreciate y'all.
All right, yeah. So, yeah, once again, you know, we want to remind you to subscribe to the channel and stick with us and just go on this little journey with us. There's a lot we want to share with you regarding my career, and hopefully you'll find it interesting and you'll come on board. And yeah, so we're going to talk about the Little Sister years now. Um, Mind you, like I had just met Larry Graham and we were down there doing, you know, recording little songs and everything and laying tracks and everything. And that was just a great thing, you know. And also want to remind you that at the time, Willie Wild was living with Freddie up the hill there. So we would practice there, you know, during the daytime. And, you know, Freddie would be gone a lot. So we could go up there and we can just blast our instruments and just do what we want to do. Up until the nighttime, when the neighbors would start honking their horns and telling them, y'all need to stop that. So, but anyway, so we had a good time, and eventually Sly wanted Freddie to take Little Sister and kind of like develop them and get them show ready for some touring. Now, mind you, Little Sister, they had already been in the church, so they came in strong, man, strong harmonies and everything. And they did a lot of gospel appearances, and I remember a couple of times they did some with Tremaine Hawkins too. And they had, so me and Willie and David, we started practicing their songs, right? So one day they came up there, and we were already down with Somebody's Watching You and You're the One, so we just fired it up, right? And we were young and exuberant and full of energy and just, you know, just on fire, man. And everybody knew immediately that we had something, right? So, you know, we continued to rehearse and everything, and finally, the time came when it was time to go do a show, right? And I'm like, wow. So, the first show was opening for who else but Sly and the Family Stone, and it was over in San Rafael, California, here at a place called Pepperland. And Pepperland wasn't a large venue. I think it might have held about 300, 400 people, and so it was kind of like an intimate setting. And you know, people were able to get close to the stage, and you know, really like, you know, get close contact with the band. So we opened up for Sly, and you know, Freddie had arranged some instrumentals for us, so we did a couple of instrumentals, and you know, we started. The people was like, "Wow," you know, because you got to remember, Sly created a whole new genre of funk and R&B, and you know, a lot of people hadn't jumped on that. I mean, there wasn't no internet and wasn't none of this social media, so people didn't really know what that was, right? So, but they were liking it, they were digging it, and the Little Sister, they just, you know, just tore the stage up. And so Sly and them came on, and I remember standing, you know, kind of like within earshot of a couple of people, and they started, and I remember they kind of started slow, and they started kind of like, you know, lethargically, right? But as momentum started building up, as time started moving, they started getting hot, and they started. And I remember somebody saying, "There they go, now here it come," right? And man, they just killed it, right? So. But it was a great experience. That was our first show at Pepperland. And then from there, we had to go on tour, and who else but with Sly, you know, why not? I mean, of course, that was a logical thing to do. And so we ended up going out to Philadelphia. We played at the Spectrum there, the old Spectrum. We opened up for Sly, and, you know, once again, we was on fire. And but Sly and then was like, you know, we're not gonna let these little youngsters outdo us, you know. And they came on. They had one of the greatest shows I ever seen them do. Right? It was just incredible. And so, you know, we're all, me and Willie and Dave, we're all like cool. We're all high and everything, and you know, high on the music and just high on the vibe, and everything was great, right? And so we're at the hotel, and we go back to the hotel, and Sly's daddy, Big Daddy, he says, all right, you boys, we leaving at 6 in the morning, so you better be ready. And we was like, okay. And so what we wanted to do, we stay up all night and party and drink beer and whatever. And next thing you know, we all passed out. And then we wake up and it's like 7 something in the morning and they gone. Everybody's gone. Everybody gone.
They left you guys?
They left us, man, because he told us 6 o'clock. We ain't out here playing, right? And man, we started panicking. And it was only because John Turk, who Sly had sent out to play trumpet, who's from the Bay Area, John Turk was there. And John Turk had enough money and credit cards to put us all in taxis and get us to the airport before they left, right? Man, and it was like, that was a wake-up call. Never oversleep the lobby call, right?
On a slide tour.
On a slide tour. And on any tour, never oversleep the lobby call. But anyway, so yeah, we did a few shows. We went up to Seattle, Washington, and did some shows up there, and with Little Sister, and some independent shows. And that's when I found out that promoters can be kind of like, shiesty, man, because they had us opening up for the Stylistics. I can't remember what the venue was, but the venue was in Bakersfield. Yeah, it was in Bakersfield, and we opened up for the Stylistics. So we did our set and everything. And I wanted to check him out a little bit and everything. And I looked, and the lead singer, man, had this mohawk haircut and stuff. That ain't Russell Tompkins.
The lead singer in your band?
No, the lead singer with the Stylistics.
Oh,
I looked, he had a mohawk haircut and all this. I was like, man, I know that is not Russell Tompkins, right? But, but for some reason, the people went for it. They didn't. I guess they figured they had a new lead singer or something. I don't know.
The Stylistics.
yeah. I guess the name was on it, so it was all good for them. But but we had some great shows and man, some great experiences. And from there, that led to the Fresh album. Little Sister did all of the background vocals. And
why are you saying that? Can you actually get the Little Sister project today? Like, is it available on iTunes, Spotify, or anything?
Well, I'm sure there might be a collective at some point, including all their songs that they did prior. How they have those box sets and everything.
Yeah.
Maybe they are included in a slide box, and I'm not sure, but man, that was great training for me. Because like I said, unbeknownst to me. All this was leading to me getting with Sly, from meeting Willie Sparks to meeting Larry Graham, Freddie, to rehearsing with Little Sister, to going on the road, all of that, man. And it's like just so uncanny, just so kind of strange to me how everything was like, preordained, so to speak, for me, man.
Yeah.
But man, it was just a great experience, man. And like I said, we were young and hot, man, and we were like on fire, man, for that music, man. And we just had a great time. Yes, sir. So, so Little Sister, consisting of Elma Mouton, Vieta Stewart, and Mary Rand. And she was the one that ended up marrying Leon Russell. But, they were strong. They were a strong vocal group. And wow, I mean, I was just blown away because, that was my first time really being exposed to that gospel type of thing, in a live setting. I mean, I've heard it in church, I wasn't a very, astute church-going person, but I knew what that was. But to be sitting there in front of it and hearing it real was just mind-blowing.
And were they all from the Bay Area?
Yeah, I mean, they were all from the Bay Area. It's just amazing, who was floating around the Bay Area in those days, and a lot of talent was out there. But man, it was just such a great experience to be able to play with them.
I want to hear that myself, you guys.
that was a great experience to be able to play with them. So yeah.
Thank you for watching Rustee Allen's Virtual Fan Club. Be sure to subscribe right now and stay tuned for more.